Harry Scoffin, nice to see you again, my friend. What's going on now?
Thank you so much for covering this story. And I say it every time, it feels like there's a media blackout elsewhere. The thing is that Labour in opposition talked a great game on leasehold and ground rent. Matthew Pennycook, the now housing minister, said he supported peppercorn. For your listeners, it's a strange term, but it means zero financial value. There's been all these stories in the press about the monarchy paying peppercorn rates.
Yes.
Well, if it's good enough for them, it's good enough for us plebs. And yet, we're not even getting that. We're going to be potentially getting a £250 per annum cap. But as you said, the Treasury are fighting back. But the real story, and it's hinted at in a Sunday Times report coming out later today, is actually Lord Hermer and the Attorney General. And there's this paralysing ECHR, European Convention on Human Rights Legalism, that is stopping the government from actually delivering the will of the people. And that's really important, because the reason why they don't want to talk about it is it's going to give ammunition to their enemies in the Reform UK party, which are shooting up the polls. We all talk about...
Walk me through it slowly.
Yes.
Walk me through it slowly. So, what were Labour originally proposing?
Labour originally proposing to reduce ground rents to a peppercorn, zero financial value, which is what Michael Gove wanted to do under the last government.
Where are we with that now?
That is now not happening, and now there's a question mark about a compromise measure of £250 cap.
And where are we with the ongoing court case from the freeholders?
Great question. So the freeholders were vanquished at the High Court in October. They tried to put on this argument about their human rights, and they lost. And it's a shrunken force. 2 now are just left trying to do an appeal. Whether they'll be allowed an appeal is another question. But why, if the government have just beaten them, are they now going to be treating them on ground rent? It doesn't make sense.
That was my next question to you, Harry. Why?
Because
the fear of reform.
The fear of reform, but they want to put the rights of basically their sort of worldview about an international treaty that's got nothing to do with leasehold above the rights of the British people. And actually, we're not just saying this. There's a Labour MP called Sarah Russell up in Cheshire. She actually asked Lord Hermer about this right at the beginning of the year when he gave evidence to one of the select committees. And she said, isn't there going to be a chilling effect? Because they've changed the government legal advice, which basically means the government shouldn't be pushing through policies that are going to risk a judicial review. But what Michael Gove used to say is bring it on. We'll see you in Strasbourg. Why is a Labour government less progressive than the last Tory one?
Oh, Harry, now if you're asking me questions, does it not feel the last 18 months just felt like much of the last 14 years?
Absolutely, and they promised change, and it's the same old.
Harry, I don't want to rain on your parade, but is it starting to look like everything you've been fighting for is crumbling, falling away, or do you still believe you're going to get, if not completely there, most of the way there on leasehold?
I think because the public opinion on this is so strong, so literally, we did polling with leaseholders, for example, earlier this year, 70% of them expect the government to deliver their manifesto commitment to end the feudal leasehold system, even if they lost in a judicial review. Reform put it in their last manifesto. If Labour don't do it, the Greens with Zach Polanski, they're coming in from the left. They hate landlords, they hate landowners, they hate rent seekers. Reform, it's another string to their bow on ECHR. Labour are in trouble. And also, Angela Rayner's riding to the rescue.
Well, she may be riding to the rescue.
On this issue.
Yes, indeed. Keir Starmer apparently is going to welcome her back to the Cabinet, but we don't know when. Harry Scoffin, your passion for this subject always appealing. It is. You know, as I got to know you over the months or years, it is heartbreaking really to see what a difficult fight it is for something that seems so eminently sensible. Harry Scoffin, founder of Free Leaseholders, pleasure as always. Have a lovely Christmas.